understand you. What the fuck are you talking about? Shut up before I ankle pick you.
Wanderler?
Yeah, first one is Vanderlei. Where are we putting
Okay,
Vanderlei?
so let's get this under the way. So we're ranking it as like skill
Yeah,
and
skill,
not career.
skill, like caliber of
Fearfulness.
opposition, championship caliber.
Vanderlei B tier.
You putting him B tier? What you think, Deontay?
I agree with the B tier. I think he had a crazy run in Pride. He was scary. He had some nice knockouts against like Rampage, but like nothing really significant to really put him anywhere higher.
But that's old MMA type shit where they just fight down on the mouth guard and swing for the fences, you know? Skill wise, if we're incorporating everything as a fighter, I think he belongs in B tier.
All right, Gus, Mr. Gustafson.
I would.
Honestly, I'm thinking C or B.
I was gonna say C tier, and my reasoning for it is that in terms of name value and what he's done in the sport, I think Vanderlei's done more. So since we put Vanderlei in B tier, we got to put, even though he almost beat John Jones, if that's all you're known for, you got to go to C tier, my friend.
That's not all he's known for. He beat Jan, who was also a championship caliber fighter.
Yeah, but
Nobody really cares about all that, no.
yeah, I say C tier.
But if we reckon it on skill, wouldn't that matter that he beat a championship caliber fighter and he also beat one of the GOATs?
But he didn't. When you're not the A side, bro, you need to clearly beat him. He didn't.
I think we're incorporating
move along,
skill
PC.
as well as like everything you did as a fighter in the sport, right? Because if we're just going purely based off skill, Vanderlei would be in like C tier.
I mean, that's fair if you want to do it like that.
I think we incorporate everything as a fighter. So like, yeah, your skill and whatever, but also like, what have you done in the sport? That matters.
I feel like he could beat Vanderlei.
Gustafson?
Yeah.
So we're only doing it based off of fighting skill.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, I put him in B and then Wanderlei in C. Switch them then.
All right. Mr. Liddell?
We're going C.
Yeah, we're going to put him in C tier as well.
Yeah, I think they're very
Mostly
similar.
the old school fighters are going to be like, honestly, it sucks, but C and D. Some might make it to B, but they're just not skillful, really.
But to be fair, like, don't sleep on Vanderlei. He had a chin, though. He did have a chin. He might not be like the crispest guy, but he had a chin on him.
I don't care about how many times you can get hit in the face. I care about how
what the fuck?
No, but I'm saying like he has power and he has a chin.
Yeah, but
so.
this isn't rating the best chin. This isn't a chin tier list. This is a skill tier list. So he's gonna stay in.
John?
Do we even have to say it?
No, Cormier.
No, S tier.
For light heavyweight?
That's S tier. He's a go.
Cormier?
S tier. Cormier's S tier for me.
All right.
Yeah.
Now we got this guy.
Who do we have?
Who was that?
Pereira.
Pereira?
I
I would
gotta go
put him
S
in A tier.
I gotta go S.
I gotta go A tier, bro.
I'm going S tier.
I'm going S tier purely based off the fact that he is probably one of the most technically sound and accomplished kickboxers in the sport. And as far as what he's done in the sport, who he's beat, I mean, the guy's ran through some serious fucking things. So I gotta go S tier.
And Flores, do you got your speaker on your chest?
I got that. I had my finger covering into it. My fault.
Okay. I was like, what's going
Bro,
on?
but like, I don't know if you can put him in S tier.
Let's be honest. Like, okay, so John and Cormier, they both have good wrestling. I know, like
Yeah,
we're thinking like
No, I'm rating them as an MMA fighter and how they implement it.
He has good
MMA,
takedown defense.
Their striking and their creativeness.
He has takedown
like,
defense. He can get back up.
That I don't know. Bro, he's a yellow belt in judo. You're telling me he can't hit across the motherfucking ground and pound someone? No, until I see him do that, he's not S tier.
He hits
No,
him
I
with ground and
think
pound when he knocks him down.
Yeah, but here's why I'm wrong. He is. Where would you put Khabib on this tier list?
No, actually not. I don't want to even rate him or put him in S tier until he fights Ankalaev or moves up.
No, because
he fights Ankalaev, he goes to an actual wrestler. He hasn't gone through an actual wrestler. He's been handpicked strikers who aren't actual strikers. He's an actual striker going into MMA, going against niggas who just want to strike. Let's be honest. He's A tier. He's a
Yuri tried to take him down.
Striking, but we're talking about as skill.
Yuri tried to take him down. Jan tried to keep him down.
These motherfuckers aren't wrestlers. These motherfuckers get out wrestled when they fight anybody else.
All right, we can change it later. We can change it later.
Loses, it's against a wrestler.
We can change it later. So we got.
That's bad.
Dan
You
him.
can say all that, but look at who he's beaten in the sport and what he's done. So his skill is just regardless, no matter what. Even if the dude never touches the canvas at all, guess what? He's still F tier. Because what he's done, who he's beaten, how quickly he's done it. His skill has carried him to wipe out.
In 4 fights?
Yeah. In four
In
fights.
4 fights.
In
4 fights, he's an S tier. That's no.
In 4 fights, he's become a two-weight world champion. He's knocked out
No, I don't agree with this.
who are locking.
I don't agree with this.
So 4 fights is okay to be a champ. Actually, 1 fight at light heavyweight is good enough to be champ, but it's not good enough to be pound for pound a light heavyweight.
What?
Like you're saying, so we're not disputing that he was able to be a champ in 1 fight at light heavyweight, but we're gonna dispute him being like an all-time light heavyweight because he's only had 4 fights.
I never should have said he should have got the belt that early.
Come on now, he got the belt that early. You can't take that back. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but just because somebody gets cherry picked doesn't mean that their skill is bad. He's also proved it. Look at the guys that.
My point is 4 fights doesn't make you S tier. You fight only strikers.
This isn't legendary though. This isn't a legendary status.
But that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying he's S tier in skill. I haven't seen it all.
I think he's S tier.
He hasn't fought a wrestler unless he fights a wrestler.
Let's move on to Dan Henderson.
He's not an S tier.
Yeah, but he doesn't have to fight a wrestler to prove that he's S tier. If you never get taken down, that's not your fault if you don't get taken down.
Well, you're fighting strikers. That's my point. So
Are
you're
you-
an S tier in striking. How many times do I have to say that? He's an S tier striker. That's not S tier in all MMA skills.
Yeah, but you don't have to. You don't have to go out there and prove it.
If we're talking about specific martial arts, if we're talking about jiu-jitsu or whatever, then that's one thing. But we're talking about MMA. We're not talking about just striking.
Yeah,
He's
but
made it,
about
but he's made it this far with just striking. So what difference does it make?
That's not. But that's not. We're talking about skill. You just said it's not about the career, so you just contradicted yourself.
No, I'm not. It's his skill. His skill at striking is so high that nobody. It doesn't matter if you're Jan Blachowicz and you try to hold him down. He's not gonna just stay down. He's gonna get back up and he'll clock you.
He's not a wrestler.
Yeah, but even
He's
if
an
you're
MMA fighter. You're talking about MMA. Why are we talking about? You're saying we can't just talk about striking. We should talk about MMA, but then you want to be like, oh well, he's not a good wrestler, so.
My point is that these MMA guys that he's fighting, these 4 fights that you say make him S tier, none of their strong suit is wrestling. Whenever they fight someone that's not Alex, that's where they usually get exposed.
Yeah, but this isn't a
getting taken down.
This isn't a well-rounded tier list. This is the tier
It's a
list of.
skill.
Let's be honest, though. Let's be
No.
honest. Most of the guys that John Jones fought were not wrestlers.
Okay, but listen, your skill is so high that in 4 fights you have conquered 2 weight division world champions. You have divisions that were thought to be locked behind certain guys. You've conquered that. Even though you haven't fought a guy who's a wrestler, the thing is that your skill is so high that it's carried you past that point not being a wrestler. That's how good your skill is. So like same thing with like a jiu-jitsu guy. If your jiu-jitsu is so high, you're a one-trick pony, you choke people the fuck out, they go to sleep, right? Even if you can't strike for shit, if you're still winning, your skill is absolutely high. So then I think it raises you to the S tier or to a higher level of tier.
Look,
Because
look, like I said, we can change how we rank
Can-
them later. So let's move on to Dan Henderson.
Dan Hendo,
If
He's
you
gotta
really
go.
look at his record, bro, he's beaten Fedor. He beat, uh, he's beaten like goats in every division that he's fought in. As far as light heavyweight is concerned, go ahead.
but if talking skill, he's got to be in C tier with Vanderlei and Chuck. He's got to be. Because skill-wise, all those guys from that area have about the same level of skill. There's some that are higher from that era, GSP, these types of guys. But as far as, standing there and banging and being known as having the Hendo bomb, yeah, that's like a C tier.
The lowest I'm gonna go is B, but I would put him in A.
How about you, Deontay?
Probably be.
All right, Anthony Smith.
Hey, put that motherfucker below F. That motherfucker off the screen. Bro. That guy. How dare you for even fucking putting him? Did you say B?
Yeah.
Anthony Smith?
Yeah.
Are you trolling?
No.
Okay, you're trolling. Yeah, put him in Z tier. There you go. That motherfucker is ass. Okay, I want to be reasonable and like give him the benefit of the doubt, but the absolute highest I could go with that motherfucker is PT.
I mean, if you look at his career overall, look, the only reason he got the John Jones fight is because he beat Shogun, he beat Volkan Ozdemir, and he beat who else did he beat? He had like a 3-fight streak, and that's what got him the John Jones fight.
And done shit with it yet, so put his ass in D tier because I think we reserve F tier for guys like Kimbo Slice and guys who like these guys really don't have anything other than they stand and bang.
Like, Anthony Smith has skill. He's just not that good with it.
Exactly.
But that's the mental. He don't have the mental.
I think put him in D. I think that's fair. I don't think he's of the same caliber of the guys as Vanderlei and fucking Chuck Liddell. So I think D's fair. I think F tier is reserved for the Kimbo Slices, the fucking, these guys, the Sage Northcuts. These guys suck.
All right, Shogun.
Ooh, Shogun. Ooh.
He's a little bit better than Vanderlei and Chuck Liddell. Let's be honest.
I would probably put him at B tier, to be honest.
I'm fine with B. You agree, Deontay?
Yeah.
All right. Jan.
Jan Blachowicz.
Yep.
I'm gonna say something controversial, man. Put him at the C tier.
I agree.
I just don't think he's that good.
That's fair.
I think being a big guy at a big weight class, I just don't think skill wise you're really doing a lot.
You got Mr. BJP, whatever that means. That's what his nickname is, BJP. It's just a fucking acronym.
Yeah, I'm gonna do. Honestly, I'm gonna.
He's like a B. He's
Yeah,
like
I'm gonna
top of he's like top of tier and the B. He's not like top of the B.
I agree with B tier. Yeah.
He might honestly. I wouldn't even be mad at C tier just above Young. Like he's better than Young, but like I don't know.
See, I think
He's
that
just
as
crazy.
well, but I think he's better than guys like Chuck and Vanderlei skill wise anyway. So I put him in like low B tier.
Honestly, I would be fine with C2 because I feel like a fight would be competitive between him and Vanderlei and Chuck. I feel like that's a 50-50. I feel like that's a 50-50.
I think it's the same, just like a more modern style of movie. They're like the same people.
I don't think it'd be competitive. I think Vanderlei and Chuck would be fighting the mouth guard, swinging for the fences, and Yuri would be doing his weirdo in and out shit, and they'd never see it before. And then you know, those guys don't know how to fucking calf kick, and then I don't know. I'll let you guys choose for that one. I think he's comfortable in low B tier, but if you guys think C, then you can move him to C.
Fuck it, we'll just leave it, and then so we got Glover.
Glover. Okay.
I'm thinking C tier. I feel like he's not that far off from Yon, to be honest.
He's around there.
Yeah.
Middle is under C.
I think if this list had like a plus and a minus, he'd be in C, maybe C plus at most. So yeah, I'd put him at C.
Magomed.
F.
I feel like
I'm gonna put him at like, I don't know. I haven't really seen him fight anyway. Like, I'm gonna put him at like a D or a C. Like, he's got that skill. We just haven't really seen him against nobody. But like, I'm gonna really rate him knocking out Walker when he gets knocked out by everyone. So you gotta just look at all his other fights.
I mean, he had a fucking draw with Yon, so I feel like C is definitely fair.
I'm comfortable putting his ass next to Anthony Smith's goofy ass.
Nah,
Yeah,
he would be
he's
Anthony
gonna
Smith.
draw with Young, he's around there.
Clinton, Mr. Rampage, Mr. Japanese.
He's like
I'm gonna say,
a C minus.
I'm gonna say, and I think he's B tier because if we're putting Hendo at B,
No.
man,
Didn't Hendo beat him? Let me check.
Yeah.
Hendo
Okay,
beat him.
Okay, but if we're putting Hendo at B, Rampage Jackson's also had some crazy fights against some crazy guys.
Chuck Liddell and Vanderlei.
Skill is.
They do it. I don't know. If you guys think C, you guys can put him in C. I'm not gonna die on that hill, but I think he should be in B.
He's Wanderlei's level.
Alright. Yeah, he lost a decision to Dan Henderson lost the decision to Quentin in the UFC.
I'm not gonna die on that hill. I don't think Hendo deserves to be a B tier, but all right, who do we have next?
Vadim Nemkov. He actually lost to Yuri early on in their career over at Ryzen. He beat Yoel last year.
I think he's pretty good.
Honestly, I would be fine with B. I feel like he could beat most of the top 5 in the UFC right now. But
I don't know. I'd have to see it. His level of competition doesn't really like.
I mean, it's not the best, but I don't know how many title fights he's won so far, but he's got a streak going on against most guys that were basically former UFC fighters. Like, he's beat Phil Davis, Corey Anderson. Like, those guys were like top 10, top 6 back when they were in the UFC.
I'd accept the B, I guess. I mean, his skill is better than the people below him, so I mean, I guess.
You're saying he's better skill-wise than the people in C?
Yeah.
And then Randy Couture. I'd be fine with him going in D, to be honest.
In D?
Because you got to think about it, though. He was early UFC. He was Vanderlei, pre-Chuck Liddell.
No, Chuck and him both coached the Ultimate Fighter. Are we forgetting this?
Yeah, but I feel like at that point he was a lot older
There
than
was
he was older than Chuck, wasn't
I don't know, bro. If we're having Chuck in C tier and we're not putting Couture in C tier, that's an abomination. Chuck needs to be at D tier if that's the case.
he?
Yeah, I'd accept both of them being in D tier. Chuck's not really that skillful.
All right. Put him in C. We'll see how we feel at the end. Rashad Evans.
This motherfucker just loading everyone in C.
I know.
Just put him in D, motherfucker.
What?
Okay, put Chuck's ass in D as well.
Fuck that, motherfucker.
All right, but we're not putting Vanderlei in D.
Wow.
Rashad?
I'm fine with the Vanderlei in D. I mean, I would not be mad at D, but like, I don't really care about arguing anymore.
Alright, Rashad Evans.
He beat Quentin Jackson. I feel like that was kind of like the downfall of Rampage at that point.
I'd say they're pretty, like, even in terms, if we're going, like, off skill, I'd say they're about around each other, so we'd probably put him in C. He's not bad. He's definitely better, I think, like, skill-wise than guys like fucking Anthony Smith. Alright, yeah, I think that.
Jamal.
Jamal, honest to God, he needs to go into.
I'm gonna put him in.
John, you about to make
I'm gonna put
Deontay
him
mad.
in C. I'm gonna put him in C. I'm gonna be honest. If we're putting Glover around there, I mean, yeah, that was towards the end of his career, but I mean, like, I still believe skill-wise he's around that level. You can put him below him, above him, but he needs to be around him.
Yeah, I think Jamal is probably. I was gonna say D, but like C because it works for him. But just being like a, I don't know. He belongs with that group of guys. The like the Rampage, these guys who just kind of are just strong guys who swing and try to knock somebody out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would say it's like C tier is like basically your average, and then anything above that is above average.
Clearly, put everybody in there. So
What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's what a bell curve is, isn't it? A bell curve is most people are going to be in the middle. Then you're going to have less people on the extremes.
yeah, that's true. Except for the extreme is that they're already in the top of the top. They're already in the 0.1.
Yeah, so they're middle of the road for the top elite.
Okay. All right.
And then we have Vitor. I feel like if Chuck Liddell's in D, I feel like Vitor's got to be in D. I don't know.
What? Are we talking?
No, that cheating ass motherfucker was way more skillful.
Yeah, are we including his TRT days? If we're including his TRT, he needs to be in C tier. Otherwise,
That motherfucker was crazy.
Otherwise,
no one wanted to fight him.
You need to remove Rampage. You need to remove Rampage. He's got to be C tier. That's good.
All right. It's majority vote, so it's whatever.
Is that Rumble?
Yeah.
Oh, Rumble, that's my guy. B tier.
What you think, Deontay?
Fuck.
My thing is, if Quentin is here, then how is
No, I don't want to hear that. No.
Bro, he is the king of getting submitted by rear naked choke. That's
Okay,
a crazy weakness. That's a crazy weakness. He could not last a day.
By an S-tier type fighter, motherfucker.
No. Bro, he was getting rear naked choked by fucking welterweights, bro.
Let me explain why he's in.
He should have never been fighting there.
But he did.
Let me explain. This guy, when he was in his prime, was a fucking menace. Let's forget that he was thought to be the guy who was supposed to beat John Jones.
No, he was never going to be that guy.
This guy in his fight against DC gave DC a win, bro. If you were watching that fight live when it happened, he threw that fight on purpose. He knew he was going to stop fighting before that fight even started. He knew it. And he gave him that fight. And even still, DC didn't have a dominant performance. It wasn't this crazy fucking performance. He's B tier. I'm not going to change my mind. I think Rumble Johnson, he's better than guys like Quentin. He's better than guys like Vanderlei. this guy was thought. If you're thought of into being that like a guy who can beat John Jones, you at least
Okay,
deserve
but
it.
if he fought John Jones, nobody would even like that would be completely out of the window because he would get rear naked choked so quick.
Yeah, this
I'm not.
motherfucker,
I'm not.
he's
disagreeing
soaking
with-
so hard. No, that motherfucker's getting hit with an uppercut.
Okay, but by that same logic, DC deserves to be an A tier. By that same logic, because DC got beat up by John Jones twice.
I'm okay with DC being an A tier.
That's crazy word.
No.
As long as Alex goes there.
Okay.
too.
Okay, so then let's all be in the middle and put Rumble.
Okay, here's the thing though.
Let's
DC
put
did
Rumble
not.
in B
No.
tier.
Listen. DC did not get beat the same way by multiple different opponents in the way that Rumble Johnson did. Just because John Jones did something to DC doesn't mean that anybody could do that to DC. Which is
That's
why
why
he's
he's not
justifiably in S tier because most people cannot beat Daniel Cormier. Most people can
I'll
beat
put-
Rumble Johnson. Most people
I'll
can
put
beat him.
I'll put Rumble at the top of C.
This is crazy work. I'm insulted.
Here. Leave me alone. Tito.
Let's go!
D. Maybe F. where we want to put him? Z. For snooze.
Honest, if we're talking skill wise,
Yo, putting Rumble in B is crazy.
Oh, now you don't want to agree with it, huh?
No, because I really thought about it, and that's crazy. Because
No, it's
Rumble- No. No.
All of these guys
I-
finish
I
him by
thought
rear
about
naked
it,
choke.
I
All
thought-
of these
no,
guys
no,
finish
I
him.
thought about it, and I just made a move out of emotion.
All of these guys
Nah,
finish him by RNC.
Crazy.
RNC
Okay,
across the board.
let me ask
He
you.
belongs in C.
No, let me ask you this.
Behind Belfort.
Where would you put Derek Lewis on this chart?
D or C? D or C?
Or yes, because he knows what to do with his power, and he knows what to do
Okay,
with
so
what
if
he's
he,
got.
here, listen to me. If he's at C tier, right, and all he has is his power, Rumble is still better than Derek Lewis. Barely.
Different
So
division.
it's gonna be.
Barely.
We know heavyweights
Barely.
suck. We know they suck.
Just because you're a little bit better than someone doesn't mean you need to be a whole division up. You can be at one end of a division, or whatever tier we have to
If
the other
Rumble
end.
goes
Like it doesn't
here,
matter.
he goes
He's a C tier. He's not a B tier.
So put the
That was
fuck
an emotional.
in B tier then.
Gustafson?
No, Henderson. Dan Henderson.
Bruh, Dan Henderson has beat way better guys than him.
Here's
Here's the thing. No. Listen.
He can do more than one thing.
Here's the thing. Listen. Dan Henderson, it's not fair to judge Dan Henderson. You want to know why? He's fought at middleweight, light heavyweight, and heavyweight. All throughout his career, he was not loyal to a single division. So he's making weight cuts up and down all over the place.
That's because he's got eating disorders. That's his fault.
But look at what he was able to do. He beat Fedor. He knocked him out,
And?
actually.
And
Bro, Fedor was pound for pound #1 for the longest time. Nobody put anybody on his level. He was like the John Jones of his time.
I know how good Fedor was. I was a Pride fan. Here's my problem with that line of thinking. Skill-wise, look at B tier. Just realistically, look at B tier and have Hendo fight any of those guys right now. Do you think Hendo wins?
He could beat Yuri. He could beat Shogun. Actually, he beat Shogun. He could beat Vadim, I feel like. In his prime. In his prime, he was super small fighting legit heavyweights. He was fighting in an open weight category, bro. He wasn't even fighting on the same weight class as most of these guys. They were huge compared to him.
I go back. I agree.
Nah, Dan Henderson, give him his respect, bro. He
I
fucking-
said I agree with you, little boy. Chill
no,
out.
I'm talking to Flores. I'm not talking to you.
Yeah, Hendo is at C tier. That is his respect. He's above Anthony fucking Smith. That is his respect.
Oh my god. Why are you so mad about
Bro,
him, though?
why do you hate Anthony Smith?
Because
He's supposed to protect his family.
okay, listen. He couldn't even protect his family. That motherfucker was fighting that couldn't even sleep the crack.
Hey man, sometimes the crackhead's different. It was early in the month.
Bro, the crackhead was looking at him and still standing there, eating elbows, everything, and saying, "Give me that, give me that." You know?
You see that, bro?
All right, see Tito.
Okay, Tito, genuinely, if we're talking
Calm down, Jamal. Don't pull up the knife.
talking skill, let's not throw dirt on Tito's name. He belongs in C tier.
Okay. What do you think, Deontay?
Who?
Tito? What do you think about him, Deontay?
He's shit. I'm putting him in.
Do you think Anthony Smith could beat Tito?
Yeah, I think he actually could.
No, Anthony Smith would get wrestled.
No, I think that would be a good fight because if he actually wrestles him, Anthony might actually submit him.
No, if he actually wrestles him, Anthony Smith is gonna lay there and do fucking nothing like he does. He's gonna be looking like a fucking ghoul. That boy looks like a Fallout ghoul in real life. That boy's face is ugly, bro. He is.
What is wrong with you, bro? Like, what is wrong with you?
Every time I see his face, bro, he looks demented. He looks like a skeleton, man, like skeleton face. He looks ugly. So let's put Tito in C tier because he could beat up Anthony Smith.
I don't know. I gotta agree with Deontay, bro.
I'm
DT.
okay with. But what the fuck are we talking about,
Bro, he's shit, bro. I promise you, he's shit.
Talking about.
Man. Thiago Santos.
What are we talking about? He was a champion, bro. What are we doing here?
But you sitting here downplaying Chuck Liddell. He was a champion too for a long time. You have many title defenses. Beat a lot of the best people in his division.
I'm not downplaying him. I'm talking about skill-wise. Tito has better skill than Chuck Liddell.
Damn. Hold on. Let me share screen. Should all be the same.
No, like I was saying. Tell me when you're recording, because I'm about to. Boy.
Hold on. I should be still recording.
Like I was saying, no. If we're talking skill, okay, skill, Tito Ortiz is better than the likes of Chuck Liddell. If this is a stardom, if this is a what they did for the sport, if this is a who's more recognizable tier list, Chuck is way above Tito. But if we're talking skill, Tito can fight standing up. He's not the greatest at it, but he can, and he's really good at wrestling. C tier. Chuck can only bite down on the mouth guard, swing for the fucking fences, and eventually either knock the person out or get knocked the fuck out. And once his chin went, he went. And you saw how bad his fucking game plan is of just swinging for the fences. That's why I think Tito edges him. Hey, yo, pause.
Bruh, Tito lost to Frank Shamrock by TKO, bruh.
Yeah, Tito's really not good. I'm gonna be honest.
And he also lost to Chuck,
good.
and he lost
Honestly,
to Couture.
I'm convinced he's F tier, but I'm gonna go with D tier because I'm feeling okay. Bruh.
It's okay. We don't have to agree. I mean, C is not that far from D.
Trash.
This is crazy work.
Thiago Santos.
Are we forgetting Chuck Liddell's fucking loss record here? Is that what we're doing?
Look at Tito's.
Honestly,
His ain't pretty
I
either.
want to say that he's around. Honestly, want to say he's around Anthony Smith's level. I'm not even gonna lie. His striking's kind of nice. It was decent before John Jones, but like I don't think that makes him a CP.
Who are we doing? Who's up next?
Thiago Santos. Look at the fight he put on with John, and look at. I mean, he doesn't have like the craziest resume, but like he's a good fighter. Even now, you see him fighting with his fucked up knees, like he's still beating people. What'd you say?
Arms up in the air.
What'd you say for
I
words?
put him in C tier.
C?
Yeah.
Fair. Alright, so
You put him in C tier.
Santos? Yeah.
let me see if I can find a better one.
My boy
Matter
ass,
of
bro.
fact- matter
He's
of
over
fact,
here. He's over here losing to Romero right now, bro. He's
In
sad.
fact, move Jamal Hill down to D tier. And then put Anthony Smith in F tier.
No.
Damn.
If Jamal's better than Anthony Smith, then fucking.
I feel like we can put Anthony Smith in that.
Bro, I feel like it'd be a competitive
That's
fight.
crazy,
I feel like it'd be a competitive
No,
fight.
that's
Jamal
actually
Hill
crazy.
fight. Bro, I think it'd be competitive. Jamal Hill versus Tito.
Bro, Anthony Smith could beat Tito, bro. Put him back up to D. He's not F
He
tier.
could,
He's
but
not
like,
that
bruh, is he
He's
like?
not, his skills is more than F tier, bro. His mental is shit, but bro, he's a D tier fighter, bro. Put him up.
He beat him to within the living death.
Okay, bro, I'm leaving, but this is crazy.
He beat him within the living death.
Did he really leave? Oh
We
my
need more
god.
fighters on here. What are we doing? This sample size isn't big enough.
It is. It's like if you really were to put every fighter on here, there'd be like a lot of people in F tier because most people are not elite level, really.
This is the point that we need like 15 more fighters, and then we'd have an actually real drawn out like tier list.
I mean that's fair, but I don't know. I feel like this is enough. So now that
Hey,
Deontay
Tito,
fucking left.
Hey, before he comes back, put Tito at A tier. Put Tito at A tier. Put Jamal at F tier. And then put Anthony Joshua at B tier.
I would actually love to do that.
Do it.
We invite him back. Who else did you say?
Put Anthony Smith at B tier.
No, he's not gonna believe that. He's gonna know we're
Okay,
fucking with him.
put Tito at A tier.
Oh my god.
Put Vanderlei at B tier. There we go. There's the official tier list.
Oh my god. Let me see if he'll come back. Let's see if he'll come back.
Let them know that we figured it all out. We got it all sorted out. Don't even worry. We got it all sorted, twin. You're good. You there, twin? Oh, you know what? Here. That was enough for it.
I think he texted me.
Catch y'all next week. It's crazy.
Catch y'all. It's crazy.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, that's funny. All
Well,
right.
I think that's it for our tier list.
I think that's. We're just gonna leave it at this.
I think that's our tier. You know how you catch fucking. You know how you clickbait people on this video and put this fucking tier list as it stands right now as fucking thumbnail. Move Tito up to
Oh my god, bro. You
working outside. Penny X.